Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ted, and today we're going to be talking about microphones, specifically the Comica CVM-VM10 Mark II. Now, as you can see from this box here, this Comica CVM-VM10 Mark II is a clone, direct competitor, ripoff, you can call it whatever you want, but it goes up nicely against the Rode VideoMicro, which is a leader in this space. The Rode VideoMicro comes in at $59. The Comica CVM-VM10 Mark II comes in at $39. So you're going to save yourself $20 and get a few extra things. But of course, none of that matters if the sound isn't any good. So we're going to take this thing out of the box, we're going to hook it up, and we're going to see how it sounds compared to the Rode VideoMicro. So let's get started. Hey guys, if you're new here, please click the subscribe button and the bell icon to get notifications when new videos become available. I'm trying to get some content out, and I'd be really appreciative of anybody who becomes a subscriber. So let's get started. So with the Comica CVM-VM10 Mark II, we're going to take this sucker out of its box. Okay, so out of the box, we've got our teensy-weensy little manual, and we've got a nice carrying pouch or carrying case here with the Comica logo emblazoned upon the top. Open it up. Nice. Here is your dead cat. Here is one cable and your second cable. Here is your shock mount. Not too shabby. And of course, the microphone itself. And if you're looking at this thinking, wow, that looks a lot like the Rode VideoMicro, well, you'd be totally right. Of course, with the Rode VideoMicro, you don't get a normal windscreen, which you get here, which put this on. And it's a nice classic look as opposed to the dead cat, which gives you the optimum wind noise when you're out and about in windy areas. So let's take this thing, put it through its paces. Okay, so test number one. This is the Rode VideoMicro. The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. Okay. Now we're going to the Comica CVM-VM10 Mark II, and we're going to perform the same test. The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. Okay, so you can compare the sound on both of those together and see which one you think sounds better. Let me know down below in the comments. Okay, so now I'm using the Rode VideoMicro on top of the Sony A7C. I've got the microphone sensitivity or the custom setting set to 17, or just so the audio is peaking just below -3 decibels. And this is how it sounds. Check 1 2, check 1 2. The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. Okay, so now we're still on the Sony A7C, and I've switched over to the Comica CVM-10 Mark II. Note that I had to adjust the manual microphone setting from 17, which was the setting on the Rode VideoMicro, up to 26 to get the same -3 dB peaking on the Comica. So this is how the Comica sounds. Check 1 2, check 1 2. The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. Okay, so this is what the Comica CVM-VM10 Mark II looks like on top of the Sony A7C. You can see here it's pretty comparable in size and shape to the Rode VideoMicro. And if I switch these two up here, here's the Rode VideoMicro. you see, just about the same. Now I will say that just as I'm holding this here, you can see that the shock mount of the Rode VideoMicro is a little more bouncy than the Comica. And I'll put the Comica back on so you can see how much or how little it bounces around. Yeah, that's much more stable. And if I ding it, you can see it does bounce, but it doesn't wiggle. I'm going to give the advantage to the Comica on the shock mount. It seems to do a much better job of not flopping around. And I don't think you want your mic flopping around, even if it has a shock mount. Now, spec-wise, they're both cardioid pattern microphones. The Comica has a frequency range of 80 hertz to 1600 hertz, and the Rode has a frequency range of 100 hertz to 20 kilohertz or 2000 hertz. So you got to give the advantage to the Rode VideoMicro in its frequency range. Sensitivity, they're about the same, -33 plus or minus 2 dB. Okay, in summary, the Rode VideoMicro and the Comica CVM-VM10 Mark II is very comparable in size and feature set. As I showed you there, I do like the Comica's shock mount a bit better. I think in terms of how they sound very close to me, but you let me know what you think down below in the comments. The Rode has a bit wider of a frequency range, and that might make the difference to you if your ears are able to pick it up. Otherwise, $59.99, $39.99. If you like either of these and you want to pick one up, use the affiliate links down below to help the channel out. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button and the bell icon to get notifications when new videos become available. Thanks for watching. I'm Ted, and I'll see you in the next one.